One of the most eagerly anticipated films of the year makes its way to theaters today. The latest film in the Star Trek franchise takes us back to the beginning, where the original crew of the USS Enterprise came together.
And a shot of Jack, straight up.
Make that 2 shots on me.
Her shot's on her. Thanks, but no thanks.
Don't you at least want to know my name before you completely reject me?
I'm fine without it.
You are fine without it. It's Jim Kirk. If you don't tell me your name, I'm going to have to make one up.
It's Uhura.
Uhura? No way. That's the name I was going to make up for you.
And Chris Pine leads the crew as Captain James T. Kirk. Good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations.
I appreciate it.
I'm an old Star Trek fan, and I have to confess, I've seen a lot of the Star Trek, unfortunately seen a lot of the Star Trek movies. This worked out.
You liked it?
This worked out.
It's a bit different than I think what people, might expect, avid fans.
Yeah.
But I think the whole idea of it was to bring a new generation of fans into the fold.
Yeah. When the opportunity came along to do this movie, do I not understand that you had another sort of rock and roll detective, hard-bitten kind of a dream of a lifetime role?
It was it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Right.
I had a
you got to weigh one against the other.
Well, I had a week. One opportunity was to work with George Clooney on this great L.A. Confidential. It was incredible.
Yeah.
For a young actor to get that kind of opportunity was great. And then this, clearly was Star Trek, and so it was a weighty week. But I think I made the right decision.
And now, because when you step into the Star Trek world, here we have it. You are an action figure.
He's just got a much better build than I do. I think.
Yeah.
I'm very impressed by.
When his phaser's going the wrong way, he could hurt himself.
Yeah, it is. It doesn't really look anything like me. It's shocking.
But
is this one of the ones that has the buttons on the back that says something?
Check it out. See if it does it.
All right, folks.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
I am
little me.
I am an action figure.
What's very funny is my father my father's an actor. He was on a TV series called Chips back in the early 80s.
Yeah.
And he has an action figure, so maybe this will go in the Pine family memorabilia room.
As this opportunity was coming along, because your parents are both in the business, right?
Yep.
Did they offer any advice about...
Harry, you're going to have to help me.
All right. Okay. Well, I guess he's over. Sorry.
Kill my action figure. Why don't you?
Did they offer any advice on how to sort of weave your way through this?
No specific advice, other than, growing up in the business, being around it, I think I just, by process of osmosis, kind of gathered, I didn't have any romantic notions of what it could be. I saw the ups and downs and the peaks and the valleys.
Yeah. Speaking of the valleys, now Leonard Nimoy is in this in a real prominent way. William Shatner is not in this. Apparently, there's some bad blood. Did I hear you wrote him a note?
I wrote him a letter very early on in the process and just explained to him who I was and what my take on it was going to be. And by no means was I trying to redo what he had done so well. And he was very kind and wrote me back very promptly. And in fact, after I wrote that letter, in that same week, my father got a Priceline commercial. So my father goes to set, and it's very early in the morning. He taps Mr. Shatner on the back and says something like, "Good morning, son." And I think Mr. Shatner is probably completely thrown at that. But
that's
so
too funny.
We have a multi-generational attachment to the Shatman.
This thing looks really good. I enjoyed it very, very much.
Well, thank you.
The good news and the bad news is you do one movie like this, then they want 2 and 3 and 4. I don't
think that's a bad thing. I'm a happy, lucky actor that is working. Thank God. I just pray it lasts for a little bit longer than than I had hoped.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me on.
We'll be right back. You're watching The Early Show on CBS.